Hi everyone, it's Tina here back for another video. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. I want to take you through the 4 ways to breathe. The last one's a bit of a combination, but I do want to take you through the way that we breathe and also talk about what support actually is. A lot of us hear about support or diaphragmatic support or breath management, but a lot of us don't really know either what it is or how to specifically define it. So I want to do that for you today. If you do kind of like these types of videos or would like to know more, I'd like to start a series, and all you can do is just comment your question down below if you've ever been curious about something with singing, and if I can answer it, I will. If I don't know the answer straight away, then I'll get back to you, and we'll be happy to offer any help that I can. So if it means that you're singing at home or in the shower in the car a little bit more confidently because you know how to breathe correctly, then that's what's really important to me, because you don't want to be really singing on an unsupported voice, as it can dry out your throat, and long term, if you are doing things incorrectly, can cause strain and even injury. So we definitely want to look after our voice. For those that don't know, your voice is the size of your pinky nail. So if you have a look at your pinky nail, it is very, very tiny. You just looked, didn't you? Thought so. And it vibrates to 100 to thousands of times per second. So you definitely want to look after that little instrument of yours that does so many great things and big sounds. Okay, so what I'm going to introduce to you is breathing. Before we do, let's warm up together. We're going to start with a lip roll. A lip roll is just a gentle way to get the blood and oxygen flowing around your mouth, and a hum is a nice gentle way to warm up your voice, literally. So let's do it together. We're just going to be fluttering the lips, so, and humming at the same time. And we'll just do it on a 1, 3, 5. It goes like this. Now, if you've done this and you're like, what is she doing? I can't do that. You can have a modification. You get 2 fingers put on either side of your little smile lines there. Press in and press up. So it's kind of like a chipmunk. You want to keep your face nice and relaxed. The other thing as well is, if you try this and you do this modification, you want to make sure that you also don't have dry lips as well, because that sometimes can stop. Make sure you have some water. So try that and see if that's better for you. Great. So 4 ways to breathe. Now, I do want to say that when I teach these things, I'm not necessarily interested in placing a method on you. It's not about that. I am more interested in just providing you with the facts as of currently this date and research, and it is entirely up to you what you prefer. All I can do is suggest and teach you, and then it is up to you which one you pick. Okay, so we're going to go through the 4 ways to breathe. Number 1, the most common one, is clavicular or chest breathing. This breath usually is directed up towards the sky, where your shoulders and your chest lift. Everyone knows this one. It looks like this. Breathing in. Now you try it. Breathing in. Great. So chest breathing is not necessarily a bad thing. So if you see other singers singing like that, don't go up and shame them and blame them and all that stuff. That's fine. Some singers do prefer singing that way, and you can if you want to. However, it is not something that I would suggest that you do all the time, simply because there are a lot of accessory muscles sitting up here in your chest. And when you breathe into your chest, you activate all those accessory muscles, which leads to the base of your neck. So the idea is when you're singing, you want to avoid any tension, pain, or discomfort at all costs. So sometimes, depending on the phrasing, the type of song you're singing, how much breath you take, how little breath you take, sometimes it can cause a little bit of tension. So if it doesn't give you any trouble, that's okay. You can pick that if you like. However, probably wouldn't recommend that one. Okay. The next one is the rib cage or intercostal breathing. So what I would like you to do is place a hand or hands on your ribs, and you simply want to breathe into your hands, breathing in and out. Make sure your chest stays relatively in the same spot, breathing in and out. So you don't want the chest and shoulders lifting as well. You want to isolate that. Now, rib cage intercostal breathing is definitely the type of breath that I would recommend for singers that love to dance or movers. Simply because when you are dancing, you are told to keep your core on at all times to support your spine, and we can't do the next breath I'm about to tell you when we have our core on. So we will resort to rib cage breathing for that. So a lot of you may wonder when it comes to singing and dancing like Beyonce or Shakira or Pink, how they do it. And not only is it heavy cardiovascular training on a treadmill or cross trainer or running while singing, but it is also to how you take the breath. And rib cage breathing is a very common type of breath that is used for a lot of dancers and movers. So if that is you, that's great. It's also good because it's furthest away from the larynx, or one of the furthest away from the larynx, which is something that is also something that is good. Okay. Moving on to the next one, we have belly breathing. So belly breathing involves a forward motion. So to do a little bit of a dance, you've got chest and shoulders, you've got rib cage, and now you've got stomach or belly. I'll face this way. So putting your hand on your belly and then breathing in to your belly. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. So belly breathing is also quite good. It is the furthest away from the larynx, which is great. Expands the body quite well as well, which is why it's considered one of the more common ones, or the more common ways to train singers. Now, the last one that I'd like to recommend, and is probably the one that I would encourage you guys to learn, is the combo, and that is the appoggio breath. So the appoggio breath means to lean into the sound, or to lean, and appoggio is the combination of rib and belly. And this will make a lot of sense when we talk about what support is and why this breath is considered one of the best ones to do. So what you want to do is you want to put a hand on your ribs, one hand on your belly, and you want to breathe into both areas. So breathing in and breathing out. Nose or mouth is fine. Breathing in and out. So what you'll notice is it's also known as the 360 breath. But you'll notice that if you breathe deep into your belly and your ribs, you'll feel your ribs at the back also expand, and that's why they say, oh, I feel the breath in my back. So that breath is also known as the 360 breath. So these are the ways to breathe, and I encourage you all to practice that. Now, when it comes to breath support is the physical resistance of the exhale using muscles of the torso. You might want to write that one down, okay? So it's the physical resistance of the exhale using muscles of the torso. So to put it simply, you want to make your body big and you want to keep it big. Now, the chest and the ribs by itself don't really make the body as big as it can be. The chest is not really making the torso large, it's the upper part of your body. That's why it's not highly recommended. So when you're breathing, you want to breathe and make your body as big as it can, because what you're trying to do is you're trying to avoid the deflation of your lungs as a result of the contracting of the muscles around your lungs, which are essentially bags of holding air. So what you want to do is, I'm going to get you to join with me. So if you're watching this, stand up for me. So what I would like you to do is you're going to put one hand on your ribs, one hand on your belly. You're going to breathe into both. So breathing in. Good. Now what I would like you to do is you're going to hiss out. So you're going to go and you want to make sure that that hiss is done quite, not necessarily firmly, but you want to try and minimize and make sure it's not more of a which is a lot of air escaping. So a nice tight hiss sound. So I want you to try that again for me. So breathing into ribs and belly, and then so you should notice that when you do that, there are certain muscles that activate where your hands are placed. You'll feel muscles activate in your ribs, you'll feel muscles activate on your lower belly. It's very minute, it's not very strong or anything like that, but you do feel them engage. Now, those that aren't training to sing will breathe in and then breathe out. That's it. As singers, we need to train to keep our body big, and we use that by resisting the exhale as much as we can. A hiss is a great way to start practicing that resistance. And the idea is as you are hissing, you want to try and maintain the shape that you first started with. So you want to try and avoid breathing in and then letting it all go too soon. So this essentially is what breath support is. It's the ability to keep your body big when you're singing. So there is a way we can practice this, and I thought I'd give you a quick little exercise before we move on. So all I would like you to do is practice your appoggio or 360 breath, so breathing into your ribs and belly. And all you're going to do is and see how long you can go. Once you go up to that, then we'll try and do 3 notes at a time. So we'll go like this. So if you can do that and manage to keep your body big, then you've got yourself good breath support. The idea is once you've understood that, then it's about progressing, building stamina and training it to deal with more vocally challenging elements to singing, such as sustaining really long notes at maybe higher pitches and things like that. So that is just a little introduction, a little taste on breath support, breathing with hopefully a clear definition. If you have any questions about this video, anything that we've put in here, put it down below. If you'd like me to answer a certain question on the next video, just comment down below and I will start doing these hopefully short little tidbits of information for you to help you wherever you are in your singing journey. But for now, it is the end. I'm going to go. I hope you have a beautiful day and I'll see you next time.